PC is running, shouting really hard, but it will have to go, or have to remain like this until I have energy to look into it. What can I do to not make it too demanding? My CPU 17%, so 15% the OBS is using all the time. So I guess I will go straight to the Mac Mini. Mac Mini 24/7 AI. Right. AI notes. And I should have the this with this. This is an incredible ambitious. Sure. Highly efficient orchestrator running lightweight local models for private sensitive tasks while directing heavy as or your main PC. Foundation. First, we need to strip the Mac down to basics and ensure it never sleeps and is always accessible. Erase your Macintosh HD and then select reinstall Mac OS. Okay. Power and efficiency configuration. Settings, displays. Automatic sleeping when display is off. Sure. Yes. Blazing fast. Remote login. Okay, this I haven't really tested. Interesting. Remote access. Tail scale. Okay. The API brains. Add up quickly. $1 million tokens. Okay. OpenAI. A little more expensive. Not that expensive, okay. But this is just one piece of the puzzle, and it will change in the future. Architecting the system. Ecosystem. Free local. Privacy delegation. Good. As an API server. Okay. The thing is, my PC uses a lot of energy, power, even if it's not doing that much. Right now, the PC is taking 300 watts. It's a lot. I could set up a system where the AI knows when I'm at home and when I'm somewhere else. And it has a window. It can use my main PC. It can start my PC if it wants. And then use the more powerful local models. The energy or the power intake is not that much. So even if it's 300 or 400 watts, it's not even close to some heating options or like a fridge. How much does a fridge cost? Power. Let's go here. I have never looked fridges. How much would this? It is 400 euros. How much does it take? Thank you for this. What do I do with this amount? So 120,000 kilowatt. That's not a lot. Wait, what? It's not that much. So what, 121,000 kilowatt hours. Huh? Okay, that's not a lot. So in that sense, my PC is taking quite a lot of energy. Oh. So in three hours will be 1,000 or 1 kilowatt hour. Anyways, I can think about this later or balance it out later. Shared memory by Obsidian. Plain text. Creates a new note. No. Pending verification. At this point, it's just important to see what's possible. Persona definition. Master system prompt. African wild dog. Meerkat. Interface. I need to visualize this. So, AI. What is this background color? I have my Mac Mini. I have my PC. Router. That has internet connection. And it goes like this. Then here I have local powerful AI. Or it's not that powerful, but compared to 8 gigabytes Mac Mini, it's godlike. What I also want from here is audio output. interface. So in other terms, yes, this. So it goes both ways. I want to be able to interact with the AI through audio or text. This is the start. This goes here. Let's go here. And the thing is, it's not really important. Is it important to handle the audio here? This will be the brain. I could set up an AI on my main PC that does the text to audio change. Okay, it's either here or there. So it's gonna be text to and so this. Small thing, small component. I don't know where to put this. And here I need to set up can be this is important. This can be started by Mac and shut down by Mac. Wait, what? Oh. Please use keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. What is key? Okay, let's ask AI. Okay, let's see if I can fix this. Keyframe interval 0 seconds to lie. See if that does anything. It's still poor. Didn't really change. Didn't change the No, it is constant bit rate. Do you have the correct resolution? Yes. What if I stopped the stream and continued? stats window. No, dropped frames. It's fine. See live. Wait, what? Okay. I might have found the culprit. I might have found the culprit. The recording is 44 gigabytes for 27 minutes. That's quite interesting. 260 megabits per second. Why? And how large is the audio file? What is this? Bitrate? No. Size. Okay. No, wait. Huh? So that's 140 megabytes, like normal. 2 hours, 160. What is going on here? I didn't change any settings. Audio output 160, recording MP3. $160. That is an interesting one. No, it's not set. So it's MP3. Disable encoder. For It is. Custom Muxer settings. Aren't any? Ghost number. No. Yes, but this error didn't happen before. Although I think these messages are old. I will try to switch this off and on again. Maybe that does something. Stream is healthy. And let's see how large. Okay. So it wasn't true. Good. Let's see if this will keep this way. And it still thinks it's 260 megabits. But I guess that's fine. Back to this. Persona. No, I wasn't doing this. Here. Then remote control the Mac from PC. I need to make this larger. and from a mobile. So I want to see the screen. SSHing, it's fine, but I feel that I would be using so many different apps there, and this is sort of necessary, especially because I'm not using normal monitors. I can use the VR headset, but I think it's better if I just control it from my PC. What else? Always on. Read my emails. Read news. Notes. What note-taking system will I use? Could be Obsidian or Notion or something else. But the idea is that if I write my notes here, they will be automatically updated in the cloud. If I do this, it will be updated locally, and because Google Drive is open, it's not open on this profile, Windows profile, but it's open in the background and detects that, hey, there's a new change, so it goes to cloud, and I could connect Google Drive here as well. I wouldn't be able to easily edit those files, markdown files on mobile. There really isn't way to open the Obsidian Vault, or yeah, Vault from Google Drive directory. But that's one way I can at least, should be able to use Obsidian on my PC, like I'm doing right now, and then have the AI read or notice what changes I'm making. I got a feeling that having the constant AI running somewhere will be bothersome, but this feels the right call. Start using it, and I have been thinking about that N8N for some time. This would be the best way to start using it. So having an interface with the AI. Some things I could say. Start text file here. Something like this. I could ask, hey, how's my day looking like? Do you have anything scheduled on my calendar? And what should I do? Of course, I should be able to answer this myself, but the better the AI understands what I would like to do, the better it can do research and better it can help me, motivate me. Find, go through so it has access to who I am, what are my goals, what are my strengths, my history, my knowledge, and when it goes through a newsletter, some news, it will try to find something that I would find interesting. Today I was having dinner with my family, and at some point everyone was doing something. I started to go through my newsletters, the AI news mainly that I get to my email inbox, and I felt I didn't really need many of these stuff. That even though they are already very summarized, very much personalized and stripped down to the basics, to the minimum, it's still too much. So this might, or this idea is very important, that it will evolve, the system will evolve to know me better, to give me better recommendations, suggestions that, hey, you should take a look into this project. And I would give my feedback after reading a summary, after maybe reading the article, that was this interesting. So not yet, but thumbs up, thumbs down system, or I could use voice to tell it whether it was good, whether it was bad, and it should have, or in the future it will have, system in place to take that feedback, to change its configuration, to change some weight or its own understanding of me, what I feel valuable. I'm having a break. Teach me something. This could be the questions that it has gathered whenever it's doing research or trying to think what to focus on, needs to ask questions, clarifying questions of me. Should I do that? Should I do that instead? I want it to teach me about what it is doing, what choices it's doing. I might specify or gradually add a list of things I want to learn. Hey, this I don't know about this. I want to get back to this later. So teach me something. And it can be a language. My current roadmaps. So here it would store roadmaps somewhere and show them, like, when should I focus on my business. Maybe I need to apply for jobs, or when should I, or when will I arrive at the next step in some development area or something I'm studying at. Hey, I'm closing in, finishing this certificate. I want to know that. What's next? Or what's in 2 weeks? How is my life looking like in 2 weeks? And of course, making adjustments to them. Whenever I finish something, I wanted to update it, and then this could be separate, but consult an expert. And here I mean other AI agents. I already talked how I want to have this main AI I will name, but it's gonna be the boss of everything else. And this expert could be a Claude, so it could connect to some online AI, use more powerful model, go through the plan, situation. That's an interesting one. I already mentioned that I want it to listen to me. Like I say, hey Google, that opened Gemini on my phone. I want the AI to respond to me. And I could explain, hey, I want to do this. maybe I came across something interesting on the internet, I will copy paste this. Hey, I'm interested in this, and copy paste to AI, put it onto my to-do list, then continue. It will take the copy pasted material, the URL, anything, put it onto my notes. This is quite complex system. N8N, that's going to be an interesting one. I think one of the most difficult ones could become handling all the data. In the beginning, there isn't really that much, but it needs to be able to clean its memory. It can't just add more. It needs to clean it out, summarize, compress. I guess that will be difficult. Because I don't want to pay too much, I think many of these tasks or research tasks that I'm gonna give it this AI, I want it to write a roadmap of sorts, how to find the information on my own. Does LinkedIn have API? I don't think so. Products. Caesar 2. Okay, so this part is quite simple. I have three options. I can use local model here, not that powerful, more powerful locally here. Everything should be possible to set up. And then I have the online APIs. That costs money. But each of them quite simple. I just need to set them up. But the idea that, hey, I have a question, I have a context, or I have a task, I have context, and I want results. That's it. The better the AI, the better results I get. That's quite simple. So that part is not a problem. Right now, it's still what will I use this AI for? And then how will it run? Understanding that. So it's on repeat, it's constantly listening. Open PC start Then it has updates. What will it do? This will be easy. This should be quite easy to create script. It's possible that I would actually convert my main setup from using my powerful PC to something else. Could I use Mac Mini? Not sure if I want, but it's possible that I would, instead of using my PC, although I do like to use quite many apps at once, but maybe I could remote control my PC from my Mac, and then my PC would be online 24/7 and the AI would run here. I wouldn't need to worry about that local stuff, but yeah, the energy consumption would be quite high. What is the performance? 20 gigabytes of RAM. I could buy another PC. That's an option. But okay, moving on. So updates. Open PC. Okay, so this is easy. And this asks the question, what are those updates? Tasks for AI. Read news. Input news. The priority. And if I don't read them, so this is important. If some news happen on Tuesday and I don't read anything, I'm not going through this list until Thursday. Maybe there were 10 news that the AI picked from Tuesday, but it won't show them to me. Instead, it picks 3 of the most important ones, then maybe 5 from Wednesday, and then 2 from Thursday. That the AI needs to adjust. I will give feedback. Okay, so input news. So get all kinds of information, what's happening. It can be normal news, it can be job opportunities. People said this there. I might be interested to take a look at the conversation, what's going on. Research topics. plus link them to so put them to the nodes. Priority score. If it's high priority, send an update. If not, don't send an update. Even if I wouldn't have time to read the report, for higher priority information, just glancing the title that, hey, this is important because of this, would kind of start the process before I read this. So priority scores. That's one subtask, maybe. So research topics. So this input news, it's quite simple. I would specify certain times, every hour, go through some APIs, some once a day. Depends on the APIs. If I can connect to Reddit or Twitter or LinkedIn, that would be great. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to list cheaply or legally. and then doing the research on its own. I feel that it wouldn't have things to do all the time. Although connecting to different APIs, I could build or create some very difficult tasks that it would take years to complete, or maybe it wouldn't ever. So would do all the time something. I think what I would do quite a lot is sending voice through let's use Telegram. Can be any of these three. I would just send voice messages that, hey, do this, do that, or I ask questions, how is everything going? And then it would kind of give an update. Could be, hey, where are you? Or there is this planned session coming, or I was supposed to do something, but I didn't. So it asks, hey, what did I do? Or did I do what was planned? I would say, no, actually I didn't. And then it would automatically start adjusting the roadmap, the plan, that, okay, I didn't do this work, but it needs to be done, probably. So it's not important that it's at this stage active towards me. So sending updates or sending, well, yeah, sending reminders, I think that's fine. But I could initialize that as well. So starting my PC, and then, hey, what's going on? What interesting things have you found? So just having it read APIs, RSS feeds is great already. Get it to remind me what's the website, how is that going, what's next for that. Like maybe I would like to learn something before the next session. But hey, what is the next thing planned for the website development? Should I think something? Teach me some new concept or tool. One interesting thing I want to implement at some point is a chatbot to my website that anyone can connect to, and it would also have API that someone could connect their AI to, and they would get access to almost or kind of everything that I have written, but I would start I would aim to build it as securely as possible. That you wouldn't be able to get every information, but I could control it maybe somehow through these APIs or chatbots, that you're not able to get everything. But because everything here is already public, it's fine. But in the future, this AI could have access to, would it have access to my private stuff? Maybe not. I think how I would implement this would be that some information it needs to ask privilege from me every time. Can I access these files? Or can I access this API? So I would create APIs to this system you can't access outside. So only I can access through these secure connections. And then it would also need to give or get my permission. So then I could say, hey, what or do I have some private messages? And it wouldn't store that information anywhere else. So this AI could have sort of different areas. One is public and one is private and so on. Okay. I have my Obsidian directory structure. I could say I want to create and then create a plan for this project. So it would have write access, can create these folders. how would I talk to this? But, or maybe, yeah, if I could just say, hey AI, that's great, but it can be just a key combination shortcut, keyboard shortcut. Term. What else? Research topics, voice messages. So if I send more voice messages, that audio to text needs to happen my Mac. But it could be on both. It checks, do I have access to PC? If not, okay, let's use this. That's my budget. And how many requests have you used? So this means that maybe I have planned that I will be covering some topic later, and I want AI to do the research before. If it has access to my more powerful AI here, it could use this. If it doesn't have access to this, if I haven't allowed it to use this, then it has permission to use online AIs. But it would prioritize this. This means that throughout the day, it will kind of gather different research topics, tasks for itself, a list, and then it has some specific times it can use my PC. And then it powers up my PC, it uses the local AI, does the tasks. If it can't do everything, then it will ask online AIs. But this might be a specific reason to use online AI. But hey, this is important topic. So raise the priority, use online AI, and use a higher or better model. So for every task or research task, there is priority, there is the model it's going to use. Can it be handled locally? maybe not right away. Have the send so suddenly, or I could get a reminder, hey, this session will end in 5 minutes. Next one is going to be this. No task. So next task could be, or next session, to learn NA10. But hey, your task is to learn NA10. Okay, fine. Then it will set out goals. But the goal for this session is this. Okay. And then I will start learning, if possible. And if I'm streaming, I would be talking loud, so it hears what I learn, how I understand the topic. It would write down an exam and modify it as I go. The easiest one, or what it can do, is it can detect my notes. So as I write my notes, what I'm learning, it will pick that up. And then in the end, hey, you have 5 minutes left. This is your exam. And the exam could be with a conversation. So this is an interesting one, that instead of having just question, hey, what does this mean? I would answer, it's wrong. Because the local AI probably wouldn't be that good to quickly pick up what I'm saying, understanding it, then forming its own answer, turning that into voice. What I can do is make the AI summarize what I have learned, create the questions, create the questions, the structure for the exam. This should go, or should be, maximum 5 minutes. And then in the beginning, I can copy paste this, that hey, put this to new Gemini chat and start a conversation mode. So I would use Gemini conversational mode, and it has just been fed a script what this conversation will be about. And it's fine if I need to control the session myself. That I first ask, hey, how many questions are there? Okay, so 5 and 5 minutes. Let's start with the first question, and then I would manage the time myself. That's fine. Or actually, taking this further, I could set up the AI to have 30 seconds of time to set this conversation with Gemini, and then I could see my local AI create the first question timer, first question, and then it would switch to second question. I would see that, okay, now it's time for the second question. That's completely possible. This interface, I might need to build it myself, but using AI nowadays, it's not a problem. Thinking about possible website access to my AI, and what would be the privacy of that. I think there could be a system where you ask a question and then my AI would answer. If you try to break the system or ask something or use some feature it has that kind of goes beyond the barrier or some barrier, then there could be warning saying that, hey, you're going past this small talk, and now if you accept this, if you want to go further, then I have access, or this conversation will be stored, or I'm able to see the conversation at this point. So if someone tries to break the AI, I could get notified that, hey, take a look at this. It kind of looks sketchy or something. I'm able to see what the conversation has been. Maybe it's not legal, then I wouldn't create that system, but I think there should be a system where you can have the conversation with my AI without revealing things about yourself. But if someone tries to jailbreak this, then it would be interesting to see how they're trying to do it. And maybe I can strengthen my security. Okay. How is it looking like? So I would have some system. It would from time to time go through some APIs. It would listen to me when I'm using my PC. It would be ready to act if I send Telegram message. I can specify when it will create some summaries that these have happened, that this research is done, and so on. You can ask questions. That is, the AI, the local AI will be very dumb. It would be nice to have a system where like once or twice a week it will get the context, log files, what decisions it has made, and then ask advice from better AI. Hey, give feedback on this. What could I do differently? So it would give all the specs of this system and then examples. And the better AI would kind of take that, know, okay, so this is how it's going, and then knows the latest tools and updates. And it could suggest that, hey, you have this budget, you have this system, you can actually use a better model for this, or you can streamline this, or this is an interesting idea, but there's a better way to handle this amount of data. And of course, it's not just for better AI, but for me as well. That, hey, it's time to take a look at you AI. the whole architecture, maybe you are up to update. I'm thinking whether I can just use markdown files or if I need to create specific database, like put that priority as some tags or some specific type data. Maybe at this point it's not that important. This is a big question mark. How does this work? 8 gigabytes of RAM. It's not a lot. How do I compress the history? Let's say if it's gonna be 1,000 pages long. How do I compress it? I will ask, I will figure this out, these specifics, but this stage it's fine to just think about this with my current knowledge. How would I want to use the AI? It would have roadmaps, priorities, tasks, to-dos. Can control the sessions, send me updates, can teach me. This is very, very interesting. Very interesting stuff. Super interesting. There is no turning back after this. Start living with an AI. But that's the future. The future is that people, of course, will be communicating with each other, but mainly the AIs will communicate with each other. Like, don't send a message to me, send it to my AI. If it thinks, or at this stage, it can just forward the message to me, but in the future, maybe too many people try to connect to me, but I still want to find out about interesting people. What do they have to offer? What do they want? In the future, I would just say, hey, I want to create a business. The AI listens and it's like, hey, great. What is the business like? And I will start explaining it. It will write this down. And then it will start asking questions that, hey, you mentioned this, but the regulation actually says this. How will you, or it says that, okay, while you talked about this, I already consulted or asked 10 different AIs and AI agents who are expert on different areas, and all of them now send questions that, what will I want to do? Do I want to reach international markets, or who do I want to connect with? do I want to apply for some funding, or that these agents, these AIs will run the company, the business. Or then maybe they don't have rights to, or they can't do everything. Then I might say, okay, I want to hire some people. Do I need to do that? Or can I just say AI? Do you know some people? It connects to some recruitment company that has a list of people, candidates, and starts sending messages that this is, or first it asks me, hey, this is the message I would like to send them. I would be, yeah, sure, that's fine. So it will send messages to these candidates. They will respond, or their AI will respond. And it can be that I'm not even interested that much well, okay, that's just normal CEO. But maybe I have hired already some person to take care of the legal side or control these AIs. So they are in charge of new people coming to the company. But the AI would kind of be between every person. So the communication is fast. What will the humans do? The AI can't do the best games, best art. It can copy, but doesn't have a soul. Can't really keep up with trends. These AI agents, they will disrupt so many lives. Like the small scenario I'm talking about here, it's just one example. But yeah, running a software company, maybe humans and me, we're not necessary there. But if I wanted to create a service with a physical location, then AI can't do everything. It can create a marketing plan, it can buy the place or advise, consult on decisions, it can create the whole roadmap and so on, but it can't renovate the place, can't physically at least yet. I don't even want to think about the age of robots. That the AI that I'm having conversation with would just hire some robots. But hey, they are on their way. We already bought everything we need, and the work will start on Monday at this location. And it already contacted some authorities. And then it already laid out a plan on how to expand globally. How to adjust the terms of service to each country based on their laws, regulations, how to modify the website, marketing. Then the builders there, the robots there, or maybe there's a need to hire real person. It's done through some company who accepts AI as employers. Quite crazy stuff. We're not still there. I think we're not there for some time. That instead of me controlling the computer using mouse and keyboard, I would just look, I would just watch the screen, and the AI would show everything. What's the weather like? I don't want it to say it to me. It's too slow. Show me visuals. So it will open a website, navigate it, show everything. But hey, I want to code. It will automatically start the applications. I could already set this up, but it wouldn't work perfectly, and it's not really I don't see any point if I can't completely move away from controls. So shouldn't go there. I can buy some screens, IoT devices, that the AI will have access to. Then there could be an exercise break. Hey, stand up. I have to go to that device, turn it off, some alarm. Then it says there, do 5 push-ups or 10 of these exercise movements. Gamify my life. context is the biggest question mark, or the data, how to handle that. Then each of these singular tasks is already possible. I can create the APIs, and even if I'm able to connect to a few RSS feeds or APIs, and if they cost something, it's fine. It's a good start. I can use the newsletter. That's kind of free. Just subscribe to each newsletter, get news there from there, and then gather the information. Because I'm not making this business, it shouldn't be a problem. It's just for my use. There's really no rush to start setting up the Mac, because I wouldn't be able to get it running before going to sleep. I feel that this will take days to complete. New age of AI. Towards AGI. I'm tired enough. sleep. I don't have anything else planned for tomorrow, so it might go full to this. Very, very interesting.